Rich in natural beauty, culture and history, this bewitching Indonesian island has something for everyone. Bali is one of the most evocative and popular tourist islands of the entire Indonesian archipelago. The best things to do in Bali include not to be missed cultural treasures and some of the most iconic landmarks and landscapes that you can find around this magical island. There are innumerable temples, historical sites, and spots of natural beauty spread across Bali's 8 regencies, which were formerly kingdoms. From Bali's scenic vistas to exotic cultural performances, this compilation of great things to see and do in Bali will help you discover the best the island has to offer. Go east to see the majestic Mother Temple and magnificent royal water palaces, or travel to the island's lush interior where rice paddies offer scenic photo opportunities. From mountain villages and paddy fields to temples and beaches, the essence of Bali is captured in these must-visit attractions. Talen and Jatal rice terraces in Bali. If you're a photographer seeking to capture Bali's beautiful emerald-hued rice fields, the Talen or Jatal rice terraces should be at the top of your sightseeing agenda. About a 30-minute drive north of Ubud, Talen rice terraces are one of the most famous areas to photograph these iconic landscapes and absorb their timeless beauty. Be aware that locals ask for donations along the most popular trail through the rice fields here, and many request fees for entrance and parking along the road. A relaxing way to enjoy the lush landscapes is at one of the many restaurants and cafes overlooking the fields. About a 90-minute drive from Ubud, the Jatal rice terraces cover more than 600 hectares of rice fields along the hillsides of the Batur mountain range, and tend to be less crowded than Talen. You'll also find fewer tourist touts here, so it's easier to walk around and explore without being hassled. Both of these locations use the traditional water management cooperative called Subak, a UNESCO-recognized irrigation system that dates to the 9th century. Ubud Monkey Forest. The Ubud Monkey Forest is known for its conservation efforts. Research and studies are regularly carried out for observing the monkey's health, diet, and breeding habits. You can see these playful primates in their natural habitat, swinging through canopies and feeding on bananas. The forest also has several ancient temples with guardian statues covered in moss. Popular sites include the 14th-century Pura Dalam Agung Padangtagal and Pura Prajapti, which is dedicated to village funerals. Relics and statues are under dense foliage with little sunlight, resulting in a mysterious and ancient vibe. Banyan tree roots hanging over shadowy dragon staircases offer exotic photo opportunities. You can also find Pura Baji, an ancient bathing temple located northwest of the main site of Ubud Monkey Forest. Mount Batur. Every day in Bali's pre-dawn darkness, hundreds of visitors begin the trek up the 1,700-meter summit of Mount Batur to watch the sunrise above the lush mosaic of mist-shrouded mountains and the caldera far below. This sacred active volcano lies in Kintamani District in Bali's central highlands, about an hour's drive from Ubud, and the trek to the summit to watch the sunrise has long graced the list of top things to do in Bali. The hike, along well-marked trails, is relatively easy and usually takes about 2 to 3 hours. Guided treks typically include a picnic breakfast, with eggs cooked by the steam from the active volcano. On a clear day, the views are spectacular, stretching all the way across the Batur caldera, the surrounding mountain range, and beautiful Lake Batur, the island's main source of irrigation water. Sturdy hiking shoes are essential, and it's advisable to wear layers, as the temperature can be cool before sunrise. Pura Ulun Danu Bratan Temple. Lake Bratan's temple, called Pura Ulun Danu Bratan, and also known as the Floating Temple, is one of the most mesmerizing temples in Bali. The gorgeous volcanic lake of Danau Bratan is also the favorite of many local tourists, but not as well known with foreigners, therefore relatively still unknown. It is a true gem to discover. What makes it truly special is that since it caters for the local tourists, weekdays here would be the best time to enjoy the lake and the park at peace. Uluwatu Temple. Presiding over plunging sea cliffs above one of Bali's best surf spots, Uluwatu Temple, Pura Uluwatu, is one of the island's most famous temples, thanks to its magnificent clifftop setting. In Balinese, Ulu means tip or land's end, and Watu means rock, a fitting name for the location of the temple on the Bukit Peninsula, along the island's southwestern tip. Like Pura Tanah Lot, sunset is the best time to visit, when the sky and sea glow in the late afternoon light. Archaeological finds here suggest the temple to be of megalithic origin, dating from around the 10th century. The temple is believed to protect Bali from evil sea spirits, while the monkeys who dwell in the forest near its entrance are thought to guard the temple from bad influences. Keep your belongings securely stashed away from their nimble fingers. A scenic pathway snakes from the entrance to the temple with breathtaking viewpoints along the way. Only Hindu worshippers are allowed to enter the temple, but the beautiful setting and the sunset kekok dance performances that take place here daily are more than worth the visit. The temple lies about 25 kilometers from Kuta. Tanah Lot Temple. Tanah Lot Temple is a religious and cultural landmark, cherished for its natural beauty. On an offshore rock, it has an idyllic backdrop of the ocean, and is itself a spectacular place for a selfie, especially at sunset. On this guided tour, you'll get to explore the temple and see the best of Ubud through the eyes of a local. The Nusa Islands. If you're craving a slower-paced Bali without the crowds, traffic, and tourist touts, the Nusa Islands are where you'll find it. The most popular of the three islands is Nusa Lembonan, about 20 kilometers offshore from Sanur and easily accessible by speedboat. Surfing, snorkeling, diving, kayaking, and stand-up paddleboarding are the main activities here, and the top attractions include beautiful Dream Beach, Mushroom Bay, and the Devil's Tears Rock Outcrop, with views of crashing surf erupting over the rocks. Many locals still make their living from seaweed farming, and you can watch them harvesting it by the shore. The neighboring island, Nusa Seningan, lies just over a bridge from Nusa Lembonan, with a beautiful blue lagoon. The largest of the island trio, Nusa Penida, is a quick boat ride away. Rock formations, caves, and a bird sanctuary are Nusa Penida's top draws, and diving is one of the most popular things to do here, with the chance to see manta rays, sunfish, and turtles. Don't miss the steep hike down to Kelan King Beach, also known as T-Rex Bay, to bask on your own slice of golden sand backed by soaring sea cliffs. It's one of the top beaches in Asia. The Sidemen Valley. About 90 minutes drive northeast of Ubud, the emerald-hued Sidemen Valley evokes the feel of old Bali, before the tourist throngs descended on the island. Sleepy villages snuggle in the valley amid cascading rice terraces, and cloud-capped Mount Agung looms in the background like a benevolent sentry. A highlight of a visit here is strolling around the small villages, surrounded by farmland and rice paddies, where the locals still tend to their traditional activities. You can also hike through the countryside to the summit of Mount Agung or trek through the rice fields and lush countryside past cocoa and coffee plantations. Other popular things to do here include rafting the rivers, yoga retreats, and taking part in cultural activities such as dancing, carving, or traditional weaving. Homestays and B&Bs are particularly popular in this area, but you'll also find some luxury villas overlooking the rice fields.